Now, let's take a look at some other security-related appointments. Maybe it gives us an understanding of what may be happening. The National Security Advisor to the nation, Babangana Mungunu, of course, is also from the north. The Director General, the State Security Service, Mr. Lawal Dora, also from the north. The Comptroller General of Customs, Hamid Ali, from the north. The Comptroller General of Prisons, Jafar Ahmed, from the north. The big question now is, where does the South stand? And one of the key allegations being made from the press conference the lawmakers gave yesterday. Let's get perspectives onto this matter now. A political analyst and rights activist, Kayode Ogundamisi, joins us from London. Many thanks, Kayode, for joining us on the program. If you look at the in action, one will term it, of the president not presenting the name of the acting CJN, who is from the south and the south, and these are insinuations being made in some quarters, and the reasons why the name has not been presented, because a lot of people believe within the judiciary and within the legal profession that that name should have been presented by now. What do you make of it, and what are people saying specifically on this one?
Thank you, Sheil. Before the president, when he was a candidate of our APC during the 2015 election, there are quite a number of allegations against the president, and this has been going on for years. You know, people label him an ethnic jingoist, that he's more lean towards the north than the south. And it took many years of convincing to get Nigeria to say, look, this man is a different person. He treats everyone equally and fairly. And now he's president. The president has not done anything to prove the doubters wrong. Remember his 5% statement in the UK, where he said 95% voted for him. He owes his loyalty to those 95%, and the 5% cannot expect much from him. I think the president needs to tread carefully. There's been argument that, look, appointments should be made on merit. It shouldn't matter where those appointees come from. After all, we're a nation that needs very competent hands. So it doesn't matter what part of the country those competent people come from. But when competent people seems to be coming from a section of the country, I think those who are advising President Buhari needs to tell him that Nigeria is a coalition of federating units, and that he must be sensitive to the complaints by the different segments. Let's take the case of the current Chief Justice. He needs to be confirmed. If the tradition is that the most senior person needs to be the Chief Justice of the Federation, I don't see what the delay is. And if they have any evidence of corruption or anything that would impede on him becoming the Chief Justice of the Federation, then the president needs to come out clear and tell the world what is happening. If he does not do that, then the people will begin to actually put leg to the story, saying that the president seems to be slanting towards the northern part of the country. And that will be quite unfortunate, because I don't think he's that kind of a person, but he's not proving those of us who supported him, he's not giving us enough ammunition to convince people that he's not that kind of a person.
Now, is it a matter of insinuation now, or a matter of clarity if you look at what people are saying? And when we want to take the pain to highlight and do a sort of analysis of the appointments and how it has been made, because the insinuation from what we got from the press conference is that it's looking like an ethnic game. People will say, well, what does it matter anyway where anybody comes from? Just get a competent and a quality hand to handle some of these positions. But again, like you mentioned, but if you look at all of these, the breakdown and the ethnic divide where some of these appointments are being drawn from, what concern should people be making, or what should President Muhammadu Buhari be doing right now to convince Nigerians otherwise from some of the insinuations being made about him and his appointments?
The first thing is the presidents need to be very extremely sensitive that Nigeria is not the United States of America or Britain or a monolithic nation like the Gambia, and that there are contending forces. There are 6 geopolitical zones, and that so far, when you put the facts on the ground, when you put those appointments and you you put them according to the geopolitical zones, you will definitely think it's a winner-take-all from a segment of the country. Now, the president has not, he's kept a lot of appointments in the cooler. He has almost about 1,000 more appointments that he has not made, boards and what have you. But when you look at it so far from what we have on the ground, even if you're from the northern part of the country, you will not be able to convince yourself that the president has done justice in terms of fairness and equity. Let me say something. When this trend started, when the president came into office, we voiced it out. We said, look, this is one road you should not go down. You know, and if you want to talk about even the crisis within his political party, the APC, which is a coalition of the different ethnic nationalities and the different zones, the southwest section of his party are complaining. They might not voice it out in the open, but there are lots of grumbling. And even if you look at the south and the southeast, especially the southeast, I would expect the president to be reaching out to the southeast of the country, even though they might seem to be opposed to his presidency, but there is a way to convince, to alienate those who want to tag him as a tribalist, alienate them and deal with the people by appointing competent people that will bring development to that part of the country. And people should not flag this thing about competent. What does it matter? If people are competent from the north, so be it. Look, Nigeria is a coalition. It's a coalition of different nationalities, and you must get to the principle of federal character. And I don't think the president has done justice, and I think there's still more than enough room for him to rectify this seeming injustice that are perceived by the different segment of the country. And remember, 2019 is just around the corner.
All right. Kaode, just for a moment. Just hold on, because we need to take a moment. And when we return, a legal practitioner and a rights activist will be joining us on the program alongside with Kaode Ogundamisi on this one. And we'll be assessing the anti-corruption war of the Buhari government. Just how far people are asking, President Muhammadu Buhari, what's your anti-corruption scorecard? That's next on the program. Join us again. Many thanks for staying with us, everyone. The issue of appointments in President Muhammadu Buhari's administration is getting a lot of reactions from several Nigerians from every side of the country, especially people of the southern extraction, who are saying that it looks